Hello, AP Environmental Science students. In today's screencast, we're going to start Chapter 3, which is ecosystems. What are they and how do they work? All of today's notes are based off of Living in the Environment, the 16th edition by Miller and Spoolman. So Chapter 3.1 wants to go over what ecology is. Ecology is the study of how organisms interact with one another and with their physical environment of matter and energy. So to start, we have to discuss cells. Cells are the basic units of life. Cells are the smallest and most fundamental structural and functional unit. And there's the cell theory, which is the most widely accepted theory in biology that states that all living things are made up of cells. There are two major types of cells. We have eukaryotic cells, which is a complex cell with membrane-bound organelles and a nucleus. We also have prokaryotic cells, which is a simple cell with no nucleus or membrane-bound organelles. If you had me for bio, and probably any other bio teacher would say the same, but there's that little rhyme, pro means no, to help you remember. So species make up the Encyclopedia of Life. A species is a set of individuals that can mate and produce fertile offspring. That's key. They have to be able to produce fertile offspring, which means that their offspring can have offspring. We have a lot of species that we create as humans, so ligers and donkeys that can be born, but if they tried to mate, they would not be able to produce more of that type of species. So they are not considered an actual species. There are 1.8 species, different species identified, and the total number of species on Earth is unknown, but there's a lot of estimates. The estimates range from 4 to 100 million, but the best guess is about 10 to 14 million. So we're not even close to having identified even half of the species that are on this planet. Ecology is the study of how organisms interact with their living environment of other organisms and with their non-living environment. So that includes all your abiotic factors like soil and weather and water. When we talk about life, we organize them into different levels of categories. So my first level we're going to talk about are populations. Populations come after species. Populations are a group of individuals of the same species that live in the same place at the same time. Within a population, you can have genetic diversity, which is just that genetic variation found within a population. And the habitat is the place where that population lives. Our next level up is our community or biological community. And the community is all the populations of different species that live in a particular place. Ecosystem takes that community of different species and it talks about the interactions between those species as well as the interactions with their non-living environment. And then biosphere is all the parts of the Earth's air, land, and water where life is found. So biosphere is basically the whole planet.